ॐ सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामया सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखे भाग भवेत् ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्ति. May all beings be happy. May all beings be free of any illness. May all beings see all that is beautiful and auspicious. May no one suffer. Om, peace, peace, peace. Namaste friends. My name is Neelam and I'm sure you're keeping safe, enjoying a wonderful time, eating healthy for your mind, body and spirit. Talking about food, other day a friend of mine remarked that finally her winter fat is gone and now she can have spring rolls. I was just telling her that, my brain tells me crunches, 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 and my stomach auto-corrects it to cakes, cupcakes. We all know we have a saying, an apple a day keeps the doctor away. But my sister said, an apple a day thrown hard enough would keep anyone away. Well, we all have a special relationship with food. A simple, just a whiff or a flavor of that particular dish just sends us into this nostalgic medical journey when someone would have cooked that, one of our family members would have cooked that comforting, yummy food for us. Like my late father, my dad would say when he tasted some delectable dishes that reminded him cooked by his mom, that nirvana is just this far away. Well, he was a total foodie in a healthy way, so to say. Well, his taste buds ruled the roost, so to say. And I followed his footsteps, his yummy, delectable, foodie footsteps. To balance it all, though, was my mom's very authentic, traditional Indian cooking, which was based on the 10,000-year-old, imperceptibly unknowingly, based on her, healthy way of cooking, the food disciplinarian of our household. And we three siblings, we grew up in this food extravaganza by my dad and the food disciplinarian way from my mom. So we grew up in this food disciplinarian and the food extravaganza kind of atmosphere, where my mom followed her way of looking at nutrition, is that if you have good nutrition and a good digestion, assimilating all those nutrients, you don't need any medicine. But no medicine will work if your nutrition and your digestion is not optimal. Even the Hippocrates principle that let food be thy medicine and thy medicine be thy food. This is what we followed, these tenets, and I took most of it for granted until decades later I thought I must revive this tradition. I had few elements to deal with, and I realized that yes, I must go back to that tradition and bring home more, not only to myself, to my family and to my friends, what my mom and my dad so simply followed in all those years. So this is a 120 years old cookbook from my grandmom, which was gifted to me by my mom You see, health is not just absence of disease. It's that calm state of our mind and body where our body, mind and spirit are in complete balance. So a large part of achieving that balance goes to nutrition. The food we eat and the way we cook. Like the food scientist Michael Pollan would say in his book In Defense of Food, that eat what you eat. Of course, we all know that, but he further adds, you are what you eat eats. This was so evident when I found and when I realized that my great friend, my guide, my philosopher, my mentor, I would say, my late maternal uncle, who passed away just a couple of years ago at a great age of 103, lived his life with these principles, keeping that balance, joyful balance in his mind, body, and spirit. Of course, his personality has touched hundreds of thousands of people in my country, in India. When we are able to achieve that balance, we find that spirituality and oneness and connections are enlarged. They are far and wide. Coming back to food, Michael Pollan says that don't eat anything that your great-grandmother would not recognize as food. Eat what that is grows on a plant, not that which is made in a plant. Well, to each his own. So cooking and sharing a meal together takes the simple mechanical process of filling our body to a ritual of a family, from a mere animal biology to an act of culture, of profound engagement with our surroundings, with our ecological system, and transporting us to that balanced state of mind, body, and spirit. Big words, but I find that relationship with food. So my friends, my cooking classes are mostly based on these tenets that we talked about, and the way I learned cooking. I developed that relationship with the food, which is wholesome nourishment, cooking seasonal, eating local, seasonal, and of course using the best culinary herbs that we can get. My classes are posted under my brand name, Neelam's Cooking Classes, and currently I'm teaching these classes at the River Road Park and Recreation, which has a wonderful kitchen and supports me in a great way. Though of course I have cooked and had my classes in California, in Marin County, and when I moved to Eugene, also in Friendly's area and Southwest Hills. So what is so unique about my classes? So cooking and sharing a meal together takes the simple mechanical process of filling our body to a ritual of a family, from a mere animal biology to an act of culture, of profound engagement with our surroundings, with our ecological system, and transporting us to that balanced state of mind, body, and spirit. Big words, but I find that relationship with food. So my friends, my cooking classes are mostly based on these tenets that we talked about, and the way I learned cooking. I developed that relationship with the food, which is wholesome nourishment, cooking seasonal, eating local, seasonal, and of course using the best culinary herbs that we can get. My classes are posted under my brand name, Neelam's Cooking Classes, and currently I'm teaching these classes at the River Road Park and Recreation, which has a wonderful kitchen and supports me in a great way. Though of course I have cooked and had my classes in California, in Marin County, and when I moved to Eugene, also in Friendly's area and Southwest Hills. So what is so special and unique about my classes? Of course, the unique 150 years old tradition. They are exclusively vegetarian, vegan classes are also available. They are unique in their structure and unique in their offering. I offer health quiz based on the Ayurveda principles. All recipes are personalized based on your responses to that health quiz. We do to calm our mind and to bring us into that wonderful state before we start cooking together. I teach 10 minutes of mindfulness breathing. And of course, there's a lot of fun and a lot of joy in our classes. During my classes in California, everybody told me this is a great way of making friends, finding that joy of cooking together. And I have made and I have found so many friends when we cook together. That's a great way. I will read out just a few of my reviews that there are available on my Facebook page if you would like to see that on Veg Veda Herbals, which is the brand name under which I cook. With your permission, I'd like to read out a few of those reviews. It says, traditional vegetarian cooking experience with Neelam Kanwar. Neelam came to our house on a Saturday and held a cooking classes for me and my friends. We were 10 ladies. She taught us how to use Indian spices to bring different flavors and layers of food. We made a 4-course delicious meal, having fun while learning. It was a joy having Neelam teaching us about the different vegetarian dishes, explaining the process as well as the health benefits. It was a wonderful and inspirational experience that we would love to do again and that I would highly recommend. And other participants in my cooking class. More than just a cooking class. We just had a gathering with Neelam leading us through an immersive experience that is educational, interactive, and thoroughly enjoyable. Her focus on fresh herbs and unique spices adds a differentiating factor in her cooking. All of us love Indian food, but this was qualitatively more delicious than what we had before. Neelam shares her traditions in the most thoughtful and generous way. She inspired us to be mindful, attuned, and what better way to cook and eat. You will wish it was always this way. We love the food, but you will love Neelam as much. Thank you, Joyce. I recommend this class to anyone wanting to share a memorable experience with friends and family.
Hi, my name is Sherry Sorokin, and Neelam is a great friend of mine for many years, and she hosted several cooking classes at my home in Tiburon, California, and these were much more than cooking classes. These were great gatherings. We learned about Indian food, and we learned about Indian culture, and we met new friends who were interested in cooking and learning about other cultures, and continued to our friendships after the classes were over. So I hope that the same happens if you host a class up there for Neelam. She's just a phenomenon and brings people together in ways that are unexpected and delightful and gives great cooking instructions. Thanks.
Hello, I just wanted to pop in and say thank you. And Neelam's Indian cooking class was incredible. She was passionate and kind and gave us the opportunity to participate in some of the food making. We also really enjoyed thinking about the layering of foods and the healing properties of teas and herbs. And wow, Neelam, that food was delicious. Thank you so much for your passion and your commitment and all of the knowledge that you have.
I just, without going overboard, I'll just read another one for you friends. Rebecca says, I truly enjoyed Neelam's vegetarian Indian cooking class. The group size was great. It quickly became clear that different Indian cooking techniques would be difficult to fully appreciate by just reading a cookbook. Neelam was a delightful teacher and with personal stories of her life from India being one of the best things about the class. I feel lucky to have had opportunity to learn from her and excited to try these recipes at home. Oh, there are so many more, but I think I would just go ahead and read what my great friend Clara has to say, and she would be talking about Neelam's cooking class have been my favorite and best cooking experiences yet. Love the food, tasty and light and delicious. The brief meditation and the Ayurvedic health assessment helped me to learn which spices and foods are best for my body and mind. Wow, and she says, I lost 8 pounds. I can't believe it. No more raw food for me. I learned I need to cook. I look forward to her next class. Thank you, Neelam, for a wonderful time. And thank you all for listening to me, and I look forward to seeing you in my class. Namaste.